Welcome to the Wellness Biz Academy, where we turn passionate practitioners into profitable practice owners. I'm Duffill, corporate business strategist and naturopath, showing you how to build a thriving practice with simple, proven systems that work. Let's create the practice that you long to have, because it's time to start living your passion and growing your practice. Hi everyone and welcome. I am so excited to have you here today. Today we are jumping into a topic. It's one that I've been asked about a lot so far this year, and I wanted to bring it up on a podcast episode so we can talk about it and really get into it. The topic today that we are covering is about how to create that personal brand that shows who you are, why you help, and really shows that heart-centered element of who you are. I know as a healer, a helper, a practitioner, you are not in this game for the money. You started your business because you had a driving desire to help people. You want to make a difference. You want to have that impact. And this is really important when it comes to your personal brand. Your business is your personal brand as a solo entrepreneur. And it's important that you can shine through that brand. That means that your ideal clients can see it, they can connect with it, they can connect with you. So it really is about taking them on that journey to get to know you so they can come and work with you. So today we're going to dive into that whole topic of branding and personal branding around your health and wellness, healing and helping business. Now, as I said, your brand is you. Essentially, it is you. As a solo entrepreneur, most times the clients are coming to work with you one-on-one. They're coming into your programs, your packages. So it is you that they need to connect with. That doesn't mean that it doesn't take any thought into how to develop your brand, how to show up online. All of these things are important components of developing a brand that your ideal clients will see and love and stand behind. So sit back, relax, and listen on in as we go into the detail of how you can create an authentic, heart-centered brand for your business at its very core. So what is a heart-centered brand? A heart-centered brand is about you. It's about shining you through into your brand, into your business, showing what you do. As I said before, you are not in this game just to make money. Yes, you need to make money. It's a business. But you have come to this industry and you're doing the job, the role that you're doing, because you have a desire to help. You have a passion in your heart for this. And I think that needs to shine through in your branding. We are in a really unique situation as health and wellness entrepreneurs, practitioners, healers, helpers. They're the kind of people here that are in my audience. And right now, we are in a growth phase. I know that we are having some economic hurdles, let's call them hurdles, in a lot of countries across the world right now. And I know you're listening to me from a number of different countries, Australia, from Europe. We've got people in the USA, New Zealand, everywhere. We've got people listening from everywhere. And although a number of those spots in the world are dealing with some economic downturn right now, we are seeing some huge growth within the health and wellness, healing and helping sector. So it has never been more critical for you to be able to stand out amidst all of the noise and all of the clutter so your ideal clients can see you and find you. But Cass, what does that mean? When you say we need to stand out, what does that mean? Well, that means showing up in the right spaces where your ideal clients can find you. It means showing who you are. It's not just about sharing the fact that you offer consults or packages or programs. It's about showing your values, what you stand for, why you do this. How can we go about creating this heart-centered brand? Where do we start? Now, the first thing to realize here is the essence of your brand is unique. It's authentic. And most importantly, it has to embody you. Wholly, solely, completely. This is you, it's your brand, and it has to align with you, your heart, your values. If there is anything about your business, your brand, the way you do business that makes you feel uneasy or uncomfortable. Those are things that need to be thrown out. That's not part of your brand. They're obviously not your values, and it's not where you should be focusing. So, friends, how do we go about doing this? Now, before we dive into it, I do want to point out that I have a great little short course that you might want to get your hands on. It is called Brand Clarity Bootcamp, and it is a short 3-module program around developing that brand that shows your power, your passion, your heart. So developing your brand in the right way. So how do we go about crafting this heart-centered brand? There's a few really simple steps. So the first thing you need to dive into is, I call it your passion and your purpose. It's about your why. Why do you do this? Why do you get up every day and help the people that you help and show up in your clinic or your business? Why do you do that? You need to delve into that and be really clear about what is that reasoning. Is it that you had a health problem yourself and now you help other people overcome that? Is it that you can see a certain trend in society or the community and you want to make a change? What is the purpose? I call that your soul-aligned why or your heart-aligned why. Uncovering that is the first step of developing your heart-centered brand. The second step is you need to delve into your point of difference. What makes you unique? There are thousands of practitioners, healers, helpers out there that could all help whoever it is that's looking at working with you. They could. Why should they work with you? What do you do differently? What makes you unique? What makes you unique? Having that point of difference is what is going to stand you apart from competitors. Is it the way that you do what you do? Is it the extra support that you offer? Is it the fact that you've been through what your ideal clients are going through and you can show them the way, give them that hero's journey to lead them through the issues that they're having? Is it something in your unique process, your framework? There can be many, many points of difference that you can use to stand out within your personal brand and separate yourself from your competitors. Next up, I want you to dive into your origin story, why you're here. For many of you, your origin story makes an amazing piece of marketing or PR because it backs up and gives authority and authenticity to what you do as an entrepreneur. So your origin story can be really valuable here. Now, your origin story doesn't mean you have to air every piece of dirty laundry you've got and share it for the world. That's not what we're talking about. But it's about taking those key pieces that are relevant and can add authenticity to what you're offering and sharing those. Whatever you share in your brand, please always remember it's completely up to you. You can share as much or as little as you like. The next thing is, I want you to have a think about how you can personalize your brand. And I know this sounds like a strange concept, but I always say to my clients that I work with one-on-one, if your brand was at a party or a social gathering and your brand is chatting to people at this party, what would you like people to say about that brand? Would you like them to say that they were sociable, they were friendly, they were helpful, they were knowledgeable, maybe they were professional, inventive, courageous, charismatic? Those are all those personality traits that you can embody into your brand. Those traits shine through in the way that you market yourself, in the spaces and the marketing channels that you show up in. It shows through colors and designs and icons that you use on your website. And it shows through also in the types of content that you share. If your brand personalizes, for example, humor, joy, fun, then the colors and the ideations, the quotes, the content that you might share will be different to somebody whose brand embodies professionalism, stoicism, reliability. Okay, very different take. So think about your business, think about your brand as a person in a social setting. What would you love for people to say about them? They're the values that you can take in and personalize into your brand. Then, as I've always said, it's important to get clarity around who your ideal client is. If you aren't sure who your ideal client is, how are they supposed to line up and work with you? You need to be really specific. Is it women? Is it men? Is it both? Is it 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds? Are they people with XYZ health condition? Are we healing this trauma? Are we helping them overcome mindset issues, blocks, barriers? Are we a personal trainer and we're looking to help people in their 40s successfully complete their first marathon? Okay, you can get really specific with your ideal client if you want to. And in this market, particularly with so many online businesses, the more specific you can get with this ideal client, the better off you'll be, because your content will stand out to the right people. They won't have to guess, is that for me or is that not for me? Because your content shouts it from the rooftop that yes, you are my people. So let's have a chat about some common challenges that entrepreneurs face when they're trying to do this work on embodying their brand with their values and really bringing through their passion, their purpose, their heart-centered ability. What are the issues we have here? Well, the first one is ideal client. Not being clear about who it is that you help. You need to get crystal clear on that. Wishy-washy won't cut it when it comes to marketing. You need to know who this is so you can speak to them. The second challenge that is really common in this industry is not actually understanding what it is to brand your business. And I think this comes from a lot of the training and qualifications we have to work in the fields that we are. We are shown that or taught that our brand is the logo we pick, the colors, the fonts, and the website. And that's about all we are taught about a brand. We aren't taught how to stand out in a saturated marketplace. We aren't taught how to stand out within a saturated marketplace. We're not taught how to show who we really are through our brand. So those things get lost. Now, the other thing that is very common, and I think it can dilute your brand, and it's an accident that I see many people making, is in all the different places and spaces online, they're showing up as somebody different. If we find them on one platform, they've got a different tagline and a different profile picture, and on another platform there's another profile picture and there's a different tagline, and another platform again, it's not even them, it's a picture of their dog, and they're saying something completely different. Think about your brand. And as someone who used to work in big corporate, you guys know that I was marketing at McDonald's head office, Toyota, big brands like that. Brand was gold plated. We did not infiltrate the brand. The brand was consistent. So it didn't matter where you found a McDonald's. You saw the same branding, the same colors, the same messaging. And I think that's a learning from big business that small business really can take on board. Everywhere that your ideal client might find you, you need to be consistent in your branding so they know it's you. We don't want them sitting there on a channel, on a platform going, oh, is that so-and-so? It looks like them, but is it not? Because that picture doesn't look exactly the same and they're not saying the same thing. On this platform, they help menopause clients, but here it says they're helping gut people. So get really clear. Decide who you are, what you do, and just put that out to the world. When you are embarking on this journey of authenticity and bringing your heart and soul into your brand, yes, there's some challenges. Yes, there's some work you need to do, but this kind of work is only done once. Because you are who you are. You help who you help and you have your reasons, and those things will never change. So diving into this work and doing it right from the outset is going to save you so much time and so much heartache later, because you won't be missing out on potential clients. You won't be missing out on opportunities. You've marketed yourself the right way from the get-go. What I want to leave you with here is, as we wrap up today's episode, a heart-centered brand is more than just a logo, a color, or a tagline. A heart-centered brand is a mission. It is a powerful purpose. It is values. It is embodying yourself and everything you believe into the brand. So what I can recommend for you is, friends, you just have to stay true to yourself. Don't try and be something you're not. Put your blinkers on, stay in your lane, and show up, be you, and share how you can help. That is the best way that you can start to resonate with the right people, build your audience, and generate more clients into your business. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Now, a little reminder, if this is something you want to dive into further, I do have a DIY short course available on my website. It's called Brand Clarity Bootcamp. Right now, it is only $49 and you can download it and start straight away. It will walk you through the steps of creating a brand, a heart-centered brand that has that impact that you're looking for. So you might want to grab that. Thank you for tuning in today. It's been a pleasure to be here, and I look forward to seeing you in our next episode.
Thank you for listening to the Wellness Business Academy podcast with me, Cass Duffill. If you are interested in growing your practice, come get my free guide, The Practice Success Toolkit, at cassduffill.com or grab it in the show notes. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time.